Greetings, Dr. Joseph Martin here. Welcome back to our YouTube series. This particular topic for today is the 3 steps of positive manifestation. And we're really concerned with the soul's manifestation in all its greatness and infinitude and its eternal realities. So, partly we want to focus on the greatest thing and the most important, essential thing that we can as a human being. And that would be for the soul to understand within all this duality of the ephemerality and the phenomena of this third dimension, that there is a greater, long-standing, eternal unity within the source. And that's what we're looking at today, the eternal reality. In this place of the space-time fabric of shimmering undulations, as we could call it, which seem to be real, there is a sense that there's a lot of energy involved, and we can call that many things. In physics terms, it would be the dark energy and the dark matter of the entire cosmos, which we know to be just pure energy. What is this word energy? I know in graduate school, when I was doing my doctorate in anthropology at the University of Toronto, we spent an entire year just concerned with the concept and the content of what energy could be. Well, what is energy? Let's look at that. We'll be looking at 3 things in this. The 3 steps are energy, will, and consciousness. Let's start with energy. The etymology of the word energy, it's a little hard to define. It comes from many things. It means, going way back to Latin and to Sanskrit, work. And also Socrates and Aristotle used to say that, I'm just going to get this correct here, Aristotle would say that energy is the power of expression. And you know that the definition of energy can be vigorousness, vitality, empowerment, it can be value, it can be anything that you put your energy, your focus on, that's going to create movement and even beauty and moving forward in any way. Energy for work, energy for your mental work, energy in the gym, energy for anything. Wherever you build energy, and this is part of the law of attraction, and an upcoming video I will do on the law of magnetism and relationships, this law of energy is part of the first step of manifestation. You need to draw energy to you. Now, in the Eastern traditions, such as the Chinese and the Japanese and the Ayurvedic tradition in India, we know that we draw energy into ourselves, like chi or prana, as we say, through different techniques. And the one that we use here is I Am Yoga, Kundalini Kriya Yoga from Paramahansa Yogananda and Babaji, to draw energy into your own consciousness and your 4 energy bodies, being your spiritual etheric body, your causal mental body, your emotional astral body, and your physical biochemical body. To draw energy in so that you have enough energy for your day, for all the things that you intend to do. Without the energy, you just will be doing nothing, and you'll be probably like a couch potato. So energy is very important. It's the first step in the 3 steps of the positive manifestation of your soul. Remember, when your soul comes back to incarnation here on planet Earth in the 3rd dimension, its primary goal, and which we need to consciously recognize, is to refine the unity and experience and express and co-create the unity of the great divine of all the cosmos and universe. To heal and blend and move to a higher superconsciousness, all dualities of any kind in your experience. So that would be what energy is, and you need the energy as the first step of your positive manifestation. The second step will be will. Now, energy is important, but without some direction or focus or intention that we get from will, nothing will happen. It'll be just an amorphous amount of energy going nowhere. Will, the etymology of this is, again, from Old English, Old Dutch, Old German. It's a wish, it's a choice, it's a power, it's a faculty of manifestation. Mostly it's a faculty of the mind. will is always connected with mind. But remember, in all of this, there has to be a notion of direction, focus, intention, and the most operative word for you is choice. You always get a choice as to where you're going to focus your willpower and your mental consciousness. Now, the definition of will means something you're bound to. Once you create a will around something, and that's karmic as well, because whatever you wish or you will come true in this life or a future life. So it's like you're bound to it. You're tied to it in a good way, or it's in the way that you choose with your mind, anyways. It's all karmic. It's something you choose or will yourself to be, or do, or have. Any one or all three of those. One of the challenges in the 21st century with this notion of the law of attraction and the law of responsibility and the law of magnetic relationship is that people may have a certain kind of willpower in their mind, but they can't focus it, they can't organize it, they can't make it laser-like and clear and potent to break through all the lack of self-worth and lack of self-confidence and all the insecurities that we all feel consciously and unconsciously. So you really would behoove yourself to do some of the most important techniques like the Kundalini Kriya Yoga, the I Am Yoga, to focus the will in the mind and sharpen it as sharp as you possibly can so it has a directionality and a power to it. The energy and the will then come together. Now the third part, the third step of all this is consciousness. Consciousness is an etymology. I'm just going to refer to my notes here. It has to do with the famous saying of the Buddha. Somebody asked him once, "Who are you?" And he didn't say that he was any particular person or identity. He just said, "I'm awake." Consciousness is the state of being awake, the state of being aware, the state of having an inner knowing, an intuition that you just know it is so and it is true for you. This is opposed to, in our parlance in the last 100 years since Freud and Jung and Adler and all the great psychologists, that opposing this is unconsciousness. Now, what is unconsciousness? Well, the truth of the matter is that about 98% of people are unconscious, both as individuals, families, and as a collective here in the world. Unconscious, we say when somebody goes unconscious, they're asleep, or they're in a dream, or they're in a coma, or they've had an accident and they've gone unconscious. And of course, in these circumstances, if you go unconscious too long, you will die. And that's a medical term. But on a psychological, spiritual term, if you stay unconscious, you will die spiritually, you will die emotionally, and you will die psychologically and in your relationships, primarily with the divine, with yourself, and with others around you, and maybe even with the Earth Mother and all our relations. So consciousness is key. And the third step is the most important step to developing the awareness and the awakening to move beyond where you are, to open to new thoughts and feelings and ideas, to do the meditation and yoga whereby you will achieve higher superconsciousness more and more every day and night. And to be conscious 24/7 of who you are, why you're here, what you choose to do with your life here, how you can support and heal other people around you, and how you can participate in the co-creation of a new civilization, one sisterhood and one brotherhood here on the planet. This, yes, it is a mystical experience. There's no question about it. It combines 100% rational cognition along with a heartfelt, spiritual, mystical, etheric, intuitive inner knowing of what is true and right and good for you. Now, it so happens that in the ancient Hindu tradition, we have many types of yoga, and I'm going to line up here for us how these are connected. Energy, in the way we've been speaking of it in a cosmic term, in terms of physics, and also in terms of psyche and soul, energy is Bhakti Yoga, because everything about Bhakti Yoga is the feeling and the motion of devotion in the heart. And if the cosmos is anything, it is devotion and beauty. It's all about feeling. When we look at the night sky, we see all the stars and galaxies swirling around us and the beauty that evokes in us. This is all feeling. The Creator, He created the universe, all for feeling. And what is that greatest feeling? Among all the other feelings involved as well, is love. When you look at the universe in the sky, you see love and you can feel that love and that connectedness of yourself with the unity of all that is. And that's Bhakti Yoga. The second yoga is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is work or doing, and that's what we have defined will as. It's work or doing of the mind. And so Karma Yoga is the ability to do what you know is essential and necessary and leave aside all the things that are not important at all. Push them aside and only focus every day and night on the absolute essentials and work on your soul contract with spirit, and work on all the things that are going to evolve and grow your soul. Just as the universe expands every day, so does your soul consciousness want to evolve and grow every day and every night. And thirdly, we have Jnana Yoga, which is about thought or consciousness, if you like. It's about the awakening. It's the wisdom of awakening. And this is the most potent thing as well. There's so many unwise things going on from the media, from everything that goes on around us, and all it seems quite silly and inept and quite stupid and inane and insane, in fact. Whereas the definition of this consciousness is sanity. Coming to awakening of a higher consciousness will bring you sanity in an insane world. This world of duality. The sanity will give you unity of your consciousness. And this is Jnana or wisdom yoga from the ancient traditions. Sri Yukteswar, Yogananda's supreme guru, and Babaji are both exemplars of this great method of yoga. And I'd like to just suggest from a Jesus perspective and the beneficence and the beauty and the love and graciousness he's shown every one of us, irrespective of our religions and cultures and genders and backgrounds, that in the Lord's Prayer we find these three aspects. If you know the Lord's Prayer, you might want to go over it for yourself, in which he shows that the first section of the Lord's Prayer is about energy and opening to the energy of the cosmos and the Father's heart and love and dominion. The second point and part of the Lord's Prayer is about will, aligning your will, your personal ego will as a human being, with the will of the divine. And in this way, all good things will come to you all the time, no matter what. And thirdly, the last part of the Lord's Prayer is about consciousness, opening up to the supreme consciousness, your own superconscious soul, awakening and awareness. I hope this has been useful for you and something for you to delve into and reflect upon as you go deeper into your own meditations on this. All love and light, an inner reflection of great beauty and unity, and all blessings and love to your heart.